You should never be monogamous with a woman who doesn't deserve it or who doesn't earn it. If she hasn't earned that monogamy, if she hasn't been consistent with these things that I just mentioned, why does she get to have monogamy? First of all, I told you there's gonna be an episode where I tell you what I think of monogamy. It's a farce. Get the censor. Okay, this next thing, get the censor beep ready. You know what I mean? Make sure the kids ain't listening. I try to keep this PG-13. I want you to be able to listen to while you driving to work in the morning or driving home, so you have something entertaining to listen to. But this needs the censor beep. Look, if she ain't fucking twerking, letting you bust that loose, get rid of her. Find a woman that will. Ooh, that's gonna set the internet ablaze. So set it on fire. Find somebody who wants to be your sex toy, and you can be hers. All right. This is about mutual selection. This is about appreciation and wanting you for who you are. That's the icing on the cake. But just like flagrantly spending money with nothing in return, that's ridiculous. That's haram. Y'all stop doing that. What is wrong with you? Am I saying expect sex? Yes. It's a fair exchange because she's also getting pleasure. She's also getting time. She's also getting attention. She's also getting companionship. Who says a woman's time is more important than a man's? Who made up this rule? Women are the prize. Who made this up? Women are the prize. We bust our ass and work our ass off to become something, to become a man of status. And she's the prize. I would argue that when a woman gets a man that can live up to these expectations, I would argue that he is the prize. Not that women are insignificant or less than, not that, but that he is the prize because of the things he had to do to become the man that the women want. It's a fair exchange. And people will make you feel bad about that. Screw them. Screw them if they don't like it. Now, one day I'm going to tell a story of how I met the woman that I'm talking to now, and I sent for her. I do whatever I can to make her happy. You know, well, she got to make herself happy, but I do whatever I can as her partner to, I don't mind going on trips and stuff like that. But that's because she reciprocates, man. She buys me stuff too. She earns that. She always trying to add value. She's never argumentative and combative. She's not loud. She's not all rah-rah. She don't do all that. She states if she has a problem with something, we have a discussion about it, similar to much like I'm having a discussion with you. There is no yelling or no hollering or no screaming, no cussing, none of that. No disrespect, and it goes both ways. That's just in high demand but short supply. And so, like, when we first met, I wasn't even trying to do this, but I was on my purpose, And so, like, I wanted to talk to her, but I was like, for example, I was at my son's football game, and I told her, I really want to talk to you right now, but I'm at my son's game. I'm gonna have to call you later. Now, it's hard to do that when a woman fine and stuff. You want to step out, talk to her, but is she more important than your son at that moment? If you're just meeting a woman, no, she shouldn't be. Your children should be more important than that. Your legacy, all that should. But this is what I'm saying. Me being on my grind, me doing things, me like having something to do, and her not being my only thing. Like she liked a man that had something going on for himself, and she liked me for me. So my thing is, I didn't have to do all this extra stuff. Did we go on dates? Yes, but I completely fudged up the first date. I was an hour and a half late, but she was kind enough to give me another chance. It had something to do with my son why I couldn't be on time, but she was understanding about that, She could have any dude that she want. She's very attractive. She's got a nice body. She works out. She's very kind. All the things that I mentioned in this episode. So I simped for her. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's only something wrong with simping when you're not getting a return on investment. I get a very, very high return on investment. You hear me? Let me tell you something. Bruh. She excels in every category. Every category. Fellas, y'all know what I'm saying? every category. Let me tell you. She does not tell me no. She tells me when she has a problem with something, but she very seldomly tells me no because she understands the dynamic of what makes a relationship work. Takes women a long time to do that. She don't want to play games no more. She don't want to be living her best life unless she living her best life with me. Now that may sound self-centered or something, but I would argue that I'm giving up just as much time and all that trying to have trips and please her too. We both doing the same thing, which is why it works. We both have the same goals that are aligned, that's which is why it works. We both want to have peace and don't want to argue, which is why it works. Most of y'all see these housewives of Atlanta and hip hop at whatever it is, I don't know, all these reality shows, and you think that this is really how relationships work. That all this toxic screaming and yelling and all that and breaking windows and all of that stuff, that's not the business. We gonna smash you and get rid of you. Matter of fact, some of us, if we smart, we ain't gonna smash you at all. We just gonna pass you by, you know. But my point is, when you're on your purpose, women can see that you're doing something, and it will come with the territory. Women will come with the territory when you get better. You can worry about women if you want, but they are a liability. Unless they meet these criteria I just mentioned in this podcast, in this particular episode, they are a liability. They cost you something and they bring you nothing in. They're not. They can be an asset if they meet the criteria that we said in this episode, but if they don't, they just wasting your time, money, resources, all that stuff. Stop it. All right. Worry about your goal first so that you can have the power to take a woman out without worrying about how much it costs. And that's later, not immediately. You don't take a woman out to a super nice restaurant before you've had a chance to vet her and see that she's worth that investment. Because women will take advantage of you all day and have no intention of having a relationship with you. You're that dude that's in the phone foodie calls. She only go to eat with you and to use you for certain things, attention, time. She might like spending time with you, but you ain't never gonna be her number one. She want Chad. She want Tyrone. She want me. You dig? The type of man is what I'm not me. It's anyway.